Nah, because his voice is golden.
And Juan's too.
I was there.
Yeah, a golden voice. Yeah.
That's what he's saying. He's saying it.
You gotta charge people for that.
And then like click on the sound pad, and so you can see like the things just.
Oh my god, that's so loud, dude.
I can hear that.
Yeah.
That was so loud. Why would he put it that loud?
I told you. I think I might have accidentally
Moved it?
when I put it in. When I was putting it in, yeah.
Oh yeah, the cash.
Those are the songs he liked. Yeah.
And then
Big for him.
the intro song. Okay.
But there's others that he kind of picked. Like he added that xylophone one.
This one? Or which one?
He added that one, and he added the cash one. It was like 2 other ones before, because it's got like a preset, and you could actually also put your own in, which is what he wants to do. But I don't really care at all about any of that.
Yeah. That's cool. You wanna ask him, babe? What questions did you have for Luis?
I was gonna ask Luis if he thinks aliens are real.
Why?
What do you
Because-
think?
I think they are.
Yeah, like literal, like like from another planet, you know.
Higher intellectual creatures is what I think they are.
And why do you think this, Saran?
I don't know. I think that, for how vast our universe is, I don't think we're the only ones here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've heard that before. Like people say that we're kind of being like maybe like egotistical, right? To think that like everything revolves around us, right? So some people say like it's so vast, like it's so big that you don't really know what's out there.
I'm googling egotistical.
What does Hugo think?
Well, yeah, that's isn't that, what do they call it? The Fermi paradox?
Which is
About the universe being so big. It's only so big, but the Fermi paradox says that something along the lines of, if there's something out there, why haven't we seen them yet? Or why haven't we seen any signs of them?
Right. Which is crazy too, because even on the later, sometimes I look at the science news, right, and they'll say like there's like this strange sound coming from like, like this solar system over here, or that there's like a bright light, like different stuff, right? But you don't know what it is. It's kind of, and it's too far away, but it's still kind of like, okay. But what I think about aliens is I think they're like, I think they're demons, pretty much. I think they're like, was getting more into like another, because I'm more like into spiritual stuff, right? So I think that and
Like
even
a curandero?
más o menos, I guess, but no, like, because I've heard some person that he was kind of like talking about it, he was like a Christian, so I kind of go more by what he had said, because he said that aliens, like whenever they do appear, que they smell like sulfur, y que I don't know. I just believe more like in the Bible sense of it, and I think there might be like demons more than kind of to confuse people, cause that kind of thing. But I wish I had a better argument, really. But it's just very hard to tell. But I think there are demons, and that they come from like inside the earth, not from outer space. Like
Okay. Excuse my ignorance, but is there any like
Bible?
are they talked about in the Bible or?
No,
No.
not really. I mean, there's a scripture that some people can kind of manipulate. It's like in Ezekiel, because I know there's a guy that was like, he believed in aliens because in Ezekiel, when he kind of has a vision and he says that he sees a wheel within a wheel, and the wheel has many eyes. It's when he talks about like some like angels, living creatures, I see, but it describes like a wheel within a wheel.
Yeah,
so
the angels in the Bible sound horrifying.
Oh, well, they sound like
terrible when you hear.
Yeah,
like because we're used to seeing like the paintings.
like archangels, like beautiful.
We see like they usually do like women or like babies,
right?
Like little
Cupid or whatever.
Yeah, little baby angels, like cute. But the Bible, whenever if you read where it talks about angels, they're horrifying.
Right. Well, it's because there's different kind of angels. There's like archangels, then there's like the seraphim, different kinds, and then there's living creatures, and the ones there are the living creatures because they have like, I think they have like the face of a man.
Yeah, they have like 4 faces.
Yeah, one's like a lion, an eagle, and then what is the one like? I don't know. It's another or a bull.
I think it was maybe? A bull.
Yeah, Yeah, so they're scary looking. But anyway, it's not about the angels in that one. It's kind of, there's a little verse that says like the wheel within a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So some people kind of like.
And they had wings too. All
and
over
they had
the place.
wings too.
And eyes
Right.
all around the wheels.
Yeah, and they say that the wheels kind of like would resemble like a UFO, like when you see a UFO, or and that's the thing too. Like lately, the government's been like, oh, we're coming clean. This was classified before, but now look, this is a, I was it like late last year, or or even in Mexico, they kind of showed like like close to El Popo.
They had a guy from the Air Force.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what I'm talking about, El Popo.
El Popo.
El Popocatépetl. Popocatépetl.
You're rapping it, babe?
Their volcano.
Yeah, the volcano, and the way that we think the Area 51 or area whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Some people in Mexico, they have the conspiracy that the Popo is actually like a like a base. That
oh, really?
I've heard that before.
I've never heard that.
I've heard that.
I've never heard that either. Careful.
Maybe you have to come back and delete it.
Why?
But I've heard that. I kind of heard it like sometimes some people.
That they believe that it's like a base, or that it attracts.
That it's kind of like a front. No, that it's a front that it kind of like they're like a testing. But I could be totally off. I could just like have dreamt this or whatever. But I'm saying, like I'm gonna look that up after this and sound like an idiot. But I've heard like the way we have theories and conspiracies, like Mexicans also have conspiracies, But I think that's one of them, that El Popo might be like a base.
I'm curious as to why you think they're demons, though.
Because it's hard for me to.
Do you think they're just pure evil, or?
I think they're fallen angels, like demons. They're like because it's like a spiritual realm type thing. Como. It's hard. I mean, I wish he had made me like help let me like research or something.
I told you to research.
But I don't know.
What? I wasn't. Do you think I wasn't serious?
Oh, I thought you were serious, and I was like, I can't cheat it or whatever. Because I know the whole thing was because Demi Lovato, right? Because she's gonna do like her little.
She's gonna be
special.
An alien?
Well, she wants to prove that there's aliens, like because she believes
she is an alien.
Well, she might be, dude. She's so crazy.
Yeah. She talks about weird stuff.
And she believes in mermaids, but like not the way that you picture mermaids. She thinks of like was deep down in the ocean that
the creepy
like,
siren.
The creepy siren looking like very monstrous, like monstrous looking.
What
do you think about aliens, Uwe?
About aliens?
Yeah, like do you think are there aliens?
I think that. I don't even think it has to do with the universe. I think it has to do with dimensions.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was trying to say, but I couldn't like.
Like I think they're probably from another dimension, mm-hmm. or even another time, mm-hmm. or even like what would be the word? Ultra-dimensional.
Yeah.
To where they're like they're in our. Like we just can't perceive them in our dimension. Like we just can't see them, and we can only see them. Like when people see them, it's because they're mm-hmm. like in interacting
under the influence of something, or
like,
whatever.
Like people take like psychedelics and they have these hallucinations, but then they think like, are they really hallucinations or are they real?
Right.
But I think that there's just layers to reality. We can only perceive, I think, certain things.
And see, that's why I think they might be like demons or like spiritual beings, because if. Like you said the word dimensions, because that's what I was trying to get at, but I couldn't like remember like the word, which is very basic, right? But I think they're like from another dimension, which is like the spiritual realm. But I think they're meant to like deceive people into kind of like questioning God also, because like, well, like, did God create aliens? Like, is there a God if there's aliens, kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like something higher has to be than God if there's like aliens, that they're not mentioned, whatever. So. I think like that, but it's just very.
So you don't think people can believe in God or a God or religion if they believe in aliens?
It'd be harder, because it's like, because mankind is created by God, mm-hmm. but if aliens exist, it'd be like.
What if we created them too, but we were just like a side project?
You sound like Assassin's Creed or something.
Why? No, like I mean, like what if he created? us, right? What if he exists?
Right.
And then what if he had something else going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't. If you believe in God, like he doesn't have to explain himself.
Well, he doesn't have to explain himself, but like the whole basis of like human beings being like, well, I know there's been like a lot of things that have been kind of exaggerated, like the whole Catholic Church, like the Earth is the center of the universe, all those things that just kind of prioritize all that. And I know there's like science is right above those things, because you can't like just ignore science altogether.
Yeah.
Just believe
in science.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to pick your brain about aliens, because I don't know, like, if you believe in aliens, but you believe that God created it all, does that mean that God created the aliens, or does that mean that the aliens could have like their own God? See, like where do you put the line for that?
Because that's the thing, like, if there's aliens, if there really are aliens, God created aliens. If there are, because then that would be like a whole thing. Because the Bible's all about one God, so there's other, and He's the only God. So if there are aliens, God created aliens. If there are aliens.
So you think that people will have a hard time, like, reconciling their faith with an alien life form?
Well, there's Christians that believe in that, but they're kind of more on the, like, the Gnostic side, or they're more like in the mystic side kind of thing. Because back to angels, right? We've talked about it before, también que there's a verse, Stacy, where it says like the sons of men like fell in love with the women and they had children, and was, I think, and the way like the church I go to, they think that it's just talking about like men that are like godly men. So like kind of like some of the godly men kind of like fell in love with the women que I guess they were not really meant to fall in love with. Pero there's people that say that they're like angels, like the angels from heaven fell in love with women, so they kind of like came down to earth and had children with women. So that would be like a whole different thing. But there's Christians that think that or believe that, which is kind of like, that also is kind of hard for me to like.
It's because there's this whole thing about that.
The Nephilim?
Yeah. There's this whole thing about that, and all these people have different beliefs, and that's one of them. That they believe that there was like a group of angels that pretty much reproduced with women, and they created like these, like a hybrid?
And that's the thing too, like where are they? Like they'd be kind of like...
There would be these giant, like half human, half angel...
it sounds like X-Men or something.
Like, yeah, but that people believe that.
Yeah,
people teach that. People will say like, oh yeah, the translation for this is
literal angels.
Yeah, sons of God, which would be like an angel.
See, so it's kind of like all over the place with that. Like, but back to aliens. Aliens is kind of, that's tough.
I don't know if they come from another planet.
I wouldn't think it's another planet. I think it's another.
It could be another planet.
I think it's another realm, like another dimension, kind of thing, like you were saying. What do you think, Stacey? Like,
I think they exist because I don't think that we are the only things that exist.
Right, and they're coming from like.
But then you hear like all these crazy people talk about like not abducted. Crazy people, but you hear these people talk about these crazy things like, lizard people and like that they're hiding here and like all this stuff.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting because I've always felt like there has to be something else. Like there has to be like other creatures out there. But at the same time, I had never thought about it with like with religion.
Right. I think for me the main thing is that like my belief in the Bible is kind of what kind of keeps me in a certain, space, which I guess you could call me like closed-minded maybe, but
you're closed-minded.
Okay, call me.
No, just joking.
But you know what I
so
mean.
Creepy.
What?
That was so creepy.
You did it ASMR. But
I'm gonna eat a pickle.
But the thing is also like you've heard, right, that so they say that the ocean is so much like the ocean is so like unknown. It's so deep that there's creatures that we don't even know of. And they say that even like it's more expensive than space, kind of thing, which is crazy.
To go in there.
Yeah, like that's why there's like so many like a squid that's huge. You've heard all these things, right?
Well, some people even believe that the aliens come from there.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that aliens and UFOs, like they see a lot of them come out of the.
No more water.
No more water. They say that it's like
Science.
what is it? 75% of the oceans are unexplored. 80% of the oceans are unexplored.
Yeah, well, the deep ocean. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the thing I'm saying, because some people have said that aliens don't come from outer space; they come from like inside the Earth, which is like. And then there's a Bible verse that says that the hell is inside the Earth, which is kind of crazy. Like
well, they made a thing about it in Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
Remember in Godzilla they went to the Hollow Earth, that they said that there was like a an Earth inside the Earth, and they went to, where was it, Antarctica, I think. Did you watch Godzilla versus Kong, Luis?
No,
you haven't seen it yet.
No.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, but that's like nothing. That's like not a.
So they say.
Well, I know who wins.
So yeah,
I know.
So
I know.
All these creatures apparently came from the Hollow Earth, and the whole point is to take Kong to it so they could find this energy source, right? And they had this whole thing about imprints, like you know how birds know how to migrate south and all this stuff, like it's genetically imprinted in these animals. So they took Kong to Antarctica, to a hole that they found,
right,
and they built these like special little machines, whatever, plot devices, plot holes, and they took him to the Hollow Earth, and inside the Hollow Earth it like inverted gravity, so there was all these creatures, and there was like a whole other Earth inside the Hollow Earth. And I've heard people talk about, like conspiracy theorists talk about a Hollow Earth.
Was that? I mean, you know how Hollywood is. Sometimes they kind of like take stuff that they kind of put it in movies, like theories or whatever it is. But I mean, that's what I think. I think they're not from another planet. They're from another dimension, another realm. But I mean, there's no way of knowing for sure, right?
I know for sure. I'm an alien.
Next week we will discuss with an alien.
Sí, an illegal alien. Pretty much. No, but
canceled. The show is canceled.
Trump alert.
Trump alert.
Now you're gonna have Demi Lovato screaming at you for that.
Oh yeah, she's
don't eat any.
I mean, if she screamed over yogurt, she's gonna scream over this.
Don't eat any
That's
cookies
crazy.
around her.
Oh yeah.
She'll try to.
Who was it? Oh no, that was the Ariana Grande, right? That she touched the pastries.
What?
The donuts?
Yeah, the donuts. Remember, that was
I
like
think
years
she
ago.
licked it.
Yeah, she licked it.
Yeah,
that
she
was years
licked
ago.
it and then she put it back on the counter, and she's like on video and stuff.
Yeah, and she said ugly Americans. I don't know what she said. Like she was kind of. That was years ago. Like it was a big deal when it was.
That's why I've never believed that she's as nice as people say she is.
All
like,
people say she's nice.
I don't think you can lick a donut, put it back.
Yeah,
and
then
like
insult the country.
No, like just not say it and like expect someone else to go eat it and like.
I don't think
be
I can lick a
considered,
donut.
like-
Yeah, and insult the country then, because she said like.
She insulted Americans.
Pretty much, because I think it was like in France or something. It was like in Europe. I don't know where, but she kind of like insulted.
Oh, wow. I don't think I can lick a donut and not eat it.
Well,
That's an insult in itself.
That's like the tense. It's kind of like the Pringles. You can't eat just one.
Exactly.
It's kind of like
who eats just one Pringle?
Yeah, that's
an
like,
alien, right?
Or someone with like super crazy mutant
Or
powers or
someone
something.
with Ariana Grande's body.
That's crazy. I heard that she likes to be carried like a baby.
What?
Like
yeah,
she
there's
makes
like
her
pictures of her like leaving concerts and stuff, and her bodyguard is carrying her.
Yeah, they say that like she likes it for her bodyguards to carry her. I can think
Sorry.
Because of that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think this wire.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear the buzzing?
Yeah.
I think it. Hold on.
I don't know, man. I just wanted to ask what you thought about aliens, because I can't ask 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
I needed some adult.
Yes. Because I know Kika says the same thing.
But I am no closer to finding an answer.
Yeah, there won't be unless we get abducted or something ourselves.
Unless we find an alien.
Babe, you want to take a road trip to...
Didn't you guys go for Area 51?
Yeah, we went to Roswell.
Oh, okay.
We were only there for like an hour.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Remember they were saying occupy Area 51?
They wanted to raid the Area 51 raid, where they wanted to go and storm it. They couldn't stop everyone, but it just turned into like a little festival.
But
I saw people on the internet saying now that it's like kind of like a conspiracy theory that what if Area 51 isn't like what they found from outer space and kept it in there? What if it's like the portal out?
Like a Stargate?
Kind of.
Because I've heard that, Area 51 que según it's like where they experiment with technology, right? Like military technology or whatever. And then somebody else said like that Area 51 is kind of like a front. Like it's kind of like...
Oh, yeah, that's just what they tell people.
Yeah,
like,
look, focus on this here. But like the real, like we're really having like holding the aliens is over here, like in this other base.
Well, they say it's S4.
something. I don't know the exact one, but yeah.
Yeah, it's close to Area 51, but it's not there. But they say that
but
a lot of the stuff is at S4.
Yeah, but they put all the attention on. It's kind of like a magician.
51.
You know, look at this.
They want to distract everyone else from the real one.
Right.
And they want everyone to think, oh, Area 51 this. That's where they keep everything. Yeah. But that's where that crazy guy Bob Lazar says that he worked.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever heard of Bob Lazar?
No, who's that?
He's this guy that came out in the 80s with George Knapp. He was a reporter from Hollywood, and he says that he got scared, and so he decided to go public because his mentality was, well, if I tell everyone that I worked at this base and aliens are real, and if they kill me, it'll validate, like they can't kill me pretty much if I come out. So he came out to a reporter and he started telling him all these secrets that he worked at S4, which is a real place where they keep these crafts and these beings.
Let's see, our EFAM reunion tour. Our teams have been visiting cities across the United
We're being
States
visited
by an alien.
Right now.
It's because Hugo was about to.
I'm telling the true story.
Where you want our EFAM reunion tour to come next. Put it in the chat.
It's all good. That was Juan.
The aliens were.
He's our alien expert.
Because Hugo was about to crack the case
code
wide open.
Bob Lazar. He's
Balthazar.
So he worked there. He came forward, and his thing was that he thought, well, if I tell everyone that aliens are real, and then the government kills me, then it just proves that they're real.
Right.
So he came forth. He said he worked at S4. He said he went to MIT. They apparently deleted all his records from MIT. And he talked about element 115. He was talking about element 115 back in the 80s and 90s, and everyone thought he was crazy. And then like 10 or 12 years ago or 15 years ago, they came forward, oh, there's a new element, it's really unstable.
Wow.
Element 115.
That's crazy.
So there's people like him, and he says that Area 51 is just kind of like a front.
Yeah. No, I like Area 51 something. Yeah. But as far as like aliens themselves, like you've heard of was your favorite show Ancient Aliens, Hugo?
My favorite, yeah.
Yeah. They talk about what is it called, like the astronaut time theory, or you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yes.
I don't know what they call it, but it's like, and then that guy was like something else, like the guy that actually came up with all that thing.
The Greek guy, the one that they make a meme out of, or the other guy?
No, like the guy that actually like kind of made it, because he wrote a book, or I don't know, like Chariot of the Gods. You've heard that book or whatever, and that's the one they use kind of to say like about the time astronaut, or what's it called, that theory? It's something like pretty much the saying that aliens have been there throughout history, like, and they say that certain like Egyptian pharaohs were like actually aliens because of the way their skulls were, or their neck, like just weird stuff, like the way they looked in general. They look more alien than human, and it's kind of like, and some go as far as to say that Jesus himself was an alien, which is kind of like crazy. You know, you've heard that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
well, that's what, didn't I tell you the other day? Like, what if Jesus was an alien?
Oh, you said that.
Or who was it to you, or just? Was it
to you? Not to me.
You're getting in trouble.
No, I'm not getting in trouble.
Who else are you talking to?
I'm not talking to you.
Because you're like watching Venom without Stacy, and I know you're talking to your crazy.
Hey, we're talking about aliens.
Yeah.
So you do think that the aliens helped build the pyramids and stuff?
No, tampoco. That's a mystery also, though. But the people that believe in aliens, or that theory, they believe that. Like, they believe that aliens gave them like the technology, and maybe even the know-how on how to like do it, and even where to do it, because there's like coordinates that are so specific, según, you know. It's crazy. But I mean, I don't know. It's just something that's it's hard to like prove one way or the other, really.
Yeah, it's pretty much just opinions.
Yeah, well, exactly, because there's no.
But we wanted to know your opinion.
Well, that's my opinion.
What is it?
They're just I think they're dimensional beings from another realm, another dimension. They're pretty much they're demons, pretty much.
Demons?
Yeah. And then even then, like well, you know Aleister Crowley, right? When he wrote Aleister Crowley's like, he was known as the Beast. He was like from England. And this guy was like a Satanist, like a hardcore Satanist or whatever. And he wrote a satanic book, and he said that like
the Book of Thelema.
Well, some people say that a demon appeared to him, but they say he or other people say that an alien appeared to him, and his name was Iwas, and he kind of pretty much told him like everything to write in that satanic book or whatever. So, like, I think Satanists do believe in like and that too, like if they're kind of saying an alien or a demon and they kind of interchanging it, to me it's kind of like the same thing, just like not a being from this realm, pretty much. But it's just crazy. Like I mean, you're making my head hurt now, like because you're like.
What do you mean? We didn't say anything.
No, it's just like thinking about it. It's just kind of like.
Well, these are the things to think about.
Well, yeah.
This is what happens when you don't work.
Yeah. Oh,
that's what you think about.
Oh, if you if you knew all the things I think about, you'd be like, oh man, this guy needs to go to tropical Texas with Carmelo. Hey, Carmelo, here's your buddy.
Your buddy.
Yeah.
Carmelo. Your nephew.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Stacy.
I don't know.
Aliens.
Or what do you think about what I think?
What do you think about what Luis thinks?
I don't know. I don't know if I would consider them demons though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like, what do you consider a demon?
Like a fallen angel.
Like a fallen angel. Because when they fell from heaven, they changed like the way they look too, but and they can also like change shapes. So it could be just like a shape they take to confuse people or to appear to people. Because the thing that gets me a little bit is that like that some people when they've had those appearances, it smells like sulfur. I mean.
Yeah, but that could just be like that's their palmolive.
That's what they use for deodorant.
Yeah, that's their Axe body wash.
Right.
I don't know, because I always think I've considered them to be like other creatures, and I think that like in everything else there's good and bad and like evil and
right.
But I don't think I can consider them all to be like evil.
So that was another question I was gonna ask you. Like, so if there's aliens, right? Are they good or bad, or it just depends, right? It just some are good, some are bad. Different? Right. Or what is their purpose?
I think they're just watching us right now, and they don't even want to visit us,
right?
Because of everything that's going on.
Yeah, the whole. What's everybody here?
They don't want to get COVID
or get me too'd.
You don't want to get me too'd. They don't want to get canceled.
Yeah.
Really?
Demi Lovato's gonna complain that their spaceship doesn't have any. They have cookies.
Yeah, it's crazy though.
So what? I mean, I don't know. I've always thought it was weird that if people believed in aliens, then they would kind of override their belief in a religion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like the Christians, the Catholics, the Muslims, like I don't know. Even if there was aliens, like I don't see why that should cause
like doubt on God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's like. To me,
because he created everything, right?
Yeah,
he
but that's
created the heavens. He created the earth. He created the stars and the planets.
Right.
So.
But that's what I'm saying.
I feel like if he did create us and stuff, and he just didn't tell us about them.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Like it's not that.
What do you think that he's like a plot twist?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like psych the whole time.
Yeah.
Psych. No, but that's the thing. Like, if there are aliens, they're created by God. Like, it's just kind of hard for me to believe that there are. Just until they're like proven. Then okay. It's hard for me to believe that they're real, because I think they're more like military strategy, or you know what I mean. Like it's more for another reason. Because if they're real.
You think it's more about deceiving people?
Yeah, like kind of maybe scaring people. Or covering something up, like if maybe they're testing something, like a spacecraft or whatever.
Well, don't they say that like the government, whatever we have, they have like 50 years ahead of us?
Yeah, but they don't like unveil it until because it's more like for them. Like supposedly there's like cloaking technology already, like and that's crazy. I don't even know. That's crazy to make something disappear without it really disappearing. It's just the way the.
Well, you know, a lot of people say that the whole alien invasion thing is just for them to control us even more.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
The Project Bluebeam.
Yeah, right.
Where they can make projections in the sky, and they'll pretty much fake an alien attack.
Well, yeah, that's what I've heard. But not to get into that either, but yeah, I've heard of that, and also like they can control the weather. Like there's so many there's so many theories about those conspiracies. You know, like it's kind of like. Like what's the truth? Like it's crazy, man.
They can control the weather, and we need to talk to some aliens so that it gets like cool here.
No, it was crazy.
But the government controls the weather.
They say the government can control the weather with
like a weather machine. Like
Never
they kind of.
Well, didn't they say that now that the whole chemtrails thing that people will say like, oh, they're putting chemicals in the air, and everyone thought they were crazy. They're like, oh yeah, we're spraying the air to kind of like help change weather patterns.
Yeah, because it does affect it.
Yeah.
Like and that's.
I remember people saying that like years ago, and they were like, "Oh, they're just crazy people talking about the mind control," and now like you see them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well it helps create weather patterns to like make rain happen."
Yeah, or if it affects places. Whatever. Yeah, it does. See, that's the thing. It's
not so crazy when they talk about it like that on the news. But then like someone else talks about it like, "Oh, he's a crazy guy."
Well, yeah, it depends what channel you're watching. Like, like this totally opposite. Like Juan's watching like CNN or Fox, and it's like the same story, but like completely like flipped. Yeah. Oh yeah, like But,
I don't know, man. I want aliens to be real.
Yeah.
I want to see what kind of food they eat.
In the movie Signs.
What? You don't? You're telling me that if an alien came, you wouldn't be like, "Hey, you want? What do you like?"
They want a moon pie.
Sí, seguro va a llegar haciendo un cevichito, ¿ok?
Or mooncakes.
Maybe they want cons, or they want like a burger.
Or that would be like give them cons and they'll die. Like they'll get like diarrhea. Like their bodies can't handle Con's grill. Like
How did we go from do aliens exist to diarrhea?
Because that's in science, like water was their weakness.
Oh yeah.
Cons is their like implosion.
They just get dysentery.
Yeah, and implode. Yeah. No, that's crazy, dude.
What was the other one in War of the Worlds? The cold. The cold killed them off, right?
I think so, right?
They got the common cold, and they had they had no defenses against the common cold, and they started dying.
Was that the book or the movie?
That was, I think, maybe both.
Because I remember they changed it because it was kind of like the book was too like anticlimactic. So I don't know in the movie what they did because I remember the book changed it. Like
the movie, the one with Tom Cruise had the cold. The common cold was the one.
Oh, it did.
I mean, you just brought Tom Cruise. Like, yeah, we're done.
What do you mean?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
I mean, Tom Cruise.
But he came out in War of the Worlds.
But
in the movie,
as soon as you say Tom Cruise, everything else is discredited.
Why?
Because of Scientology or what?
Yeah, because of Scientology.
She watches the Scientology show.
The Remini show?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she likes watching the series.
Oh, wow.
They're crazy.
What's that other one?
Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Oh, nice. I've been wanting to see that.
It's crazy how they they say in the show that they stalk people, they go through their garbage, they go through their phone records, they like attack people and like it's crazy everything they do.
And then supposedly they have like this thing where they kind of get them to like, I guess they there's it's like a cleansing for themselves, right? Where they confess like all their sins or like kind of all the things that they've done wrong to like a leader, right? Somebody that they trust, and they're kind of like recording them, and then later on like they use it as blackmail. Oh, wow. You never saw The Boys, right? But in The Boys, that's what like when they were doing that Cult of the Collective or whatever it was.
In season 2 or what?
In season 2, yeah. Like all that was kind of like a criticism of Scientology, like because the stuff they were doing, it was very very similar to the Scientology stuff. Because there was in that season they would like record like when they're having like sessions and stuff, and it all everything was recorded. And then because I would look at the YouTube videos that would kind of based like say this is kind of based on this or whatever, and a lot of it was like Scientology based like that. So they record them and then they blackmail them later. And they can also make them look crazy, or they manipulate stuff, obviously.
Hardcore.
For anybody that goes against them. Because I'm sure I haven't seen that show, but that's interesting. I'm sure they do stuff like that.
Yeah, they show you a lot of stories and a lot of people like coming up and saying like, oh, like my parents joined when I was a kid and they took me to a camp and we were like forced to, I don't know. One of them said that she had been punished and she had to go down to the creek to get water. With like a little mug.
Wow.
It was that's crazy. It's a lot of crazy stories.
Oh yeah. No, that's interesting, man.
Don't they believe crazy stuff too about aliens?
They do. Well, they believe.
The founder was
Ron Hubbard.
He was like a sci-fi writer.
Yeah, exactly.
He was a sci-fi writer.
Yeah, well, she says that you have to pay like thousands and thousands of dollars for you to go up there, like So like their Scientology,
and they have levels
through the books and through the trainings, and for you to get to like a certain like I think it's 8 levels.
Yeah.
So for you to get to level 8, it's a lot, and then they take you into a room and they literally tell you like, oh, we think that like that we're all run by an alien.
Yeah.
And she says that when she heard that, like she had paid for her mom's and then for herself. And then when she heard that, she had like turned and looked at her mom like, "Are you kidding me?" And like I just paid like $50,000 or whatever amount, to come to find out that it's like an alien. Like,
wow.
really?
Yeah, Lord Xenu. That's what that's what it is. I think.
What was the movie that what's his name? Who's this guy? The Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta. Remember he made that movie that was all like it bombed real bad.
Battlefield Earth.
Yes, that whole movie was pretty much like Scientology doctrine, pretty much. Like that's kind of like stuff that there's. I guess it's in their like books or whatever it is. But
it's kind of hard to believe a guy who's a sci-fi writer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then the thing is, if you talk bad about him, they go after you too. Like if you were to kind of try to discredit L. Ron Hubbard, like they'll turn on you. They'll kind of. It's kind of like he's like their Joseph Smith. So if you talk bad about him, like they're gonna be on you.
But they do believe in aliens, right? That the whole thing is.
They do because he's
like their.
Yeah, like their doctrine.
Top of the line.
Yeah, it's kind of like their creation story or whatever. Like.
Wasn't it? Yeah, that. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard when I was watching a video on them, I think, and they said that their belief, I guess, when you get to that level, is that alien spirits came into monkeys. I think.
That's
was
crazy.
That it?
I have no idea, dude.
I
mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm probably wrong, but I think they believe that alien spirits came into monkeys, and then the monkeys evolved into us.
That sounds a little familiar. Like, it's so crazy. What was the Viking one that it was like the sweat of a giant? The creative man
yeah,
or something?
in the armpit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vikings had crazy creation stories that man was created in the armpit of a titan or a giant.
Yeah. And then man came out of it. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
You're out.
I'm out.
Why?
You're talking about armpits.
Armpits.
Why?
But remember in the movie Signs, the one that M. Night Shyamalan or whatever, like when there's that alien, like that they're like at a Mexican party or they're speaking Spanish, and then that alien came out of nowhere. Like, dude, I cried my pants like hardcore. Like I thought that was like actual footage. I was like, what? Like
I think everyone. My cousin sent a meme about that the other day. Like because they were younger than us, so they were all scared of that film.
Well, I was like maybe 6th grade. Something. I don't know how old, but that scene alone, I was like,
it was scary.
Is that real? Like, is that actual footage or not?
Of an alien?
But it was like again, it wasn't right. It was.
It was like in Mexico. It was like I think it was Mexico. It was like a birthday party, and then it comes out behind like an alleyway and stuff.
And it's kind of like walking through, and I was like, oh, dude,
I don't think that's real.
No, but the way they shot it, and also you're younger too, and I'm like, oh, like I that was the most that bothered me.
Have you seen Signs? No, you haven't seen Signs.
Just that part alone is like you should check that out.
It's about aliens. Mm-hmm. So, spoiler alert, I guess. How old is the film? 20 years? About?
It's a lot. Right? Like, I remember like in middle school.
That was his first big film, right?
Yeah, that kind of made him. The Sixth Sense, and then Signs was second. So he kind of had those two.
Signs was high school, I think.
Probably so, right?
Because
it was because that was around. No, I saw it.
The Sixth Sense came out in '99. I think 99, 2000.
The Simpsons.
The Sixth Sense.
Oh, okay. I was like, The Simpsons was like the 80s.
Oh man.
Really hearing test.
Real quick.
Okay.
Signs release date July 29, 2002.
Oh wow. 2, 3, 4. So it was like sophomore year.
Yeah, Sixth Sense was 99.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but aliens invade Earth apparently.
Yeah, in that movie, yeah. And water is their weakness. And they come to the planet that has the most water. So that's what people say now about like the
stupidest thing is like, why would you invade a planet that has the most amount of things that you're going to die to?
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're allergic to something like that's going to kill you and you invade that planet like that has the most.
But did they know that?
I'm an alien.
You're
an alien?
Because I'm allergic to everything.
Tell me your secrets.
I don't have any.
Alien secrets?
No alien secrets. Men in Black came and wiped my brain.
Well, that's another thing that they say is true.
What?
The Men in Black?
Men in Black?
They say that a lot of people say that they're visited by men. Well, they say the Men in Black, right? Yeah. But men in suits that come and they interview them and they keep tabs on them. And they follow them and like if you report like, oh, there's a UFO. I saw a UFO.
Delete the last minute of this conversation.
Delete the armpit argument.
Can they bring tacos on their way?
Can we put an order in?
That sounds good. You know what tacos were? That sounds kind of good.
I don't know. You all were talking about cons right now, and I was like, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds good. And we have the Chinese place right here, too.
Oh, yeah. And you have a Snowball Express, too?
The first snacks,
we live based off what food is around us.
No, that's same here, man. Like, whatever's in your little circumference, yeah.
That's okay.
But yeah, whatever you guys want.
Okay.
So, alien food.
Alien
I hope
cake.
they have panchos.
Doubt it.
How did those panchos look from El Parasol that Juan sent you? Like,
they look all right. It was they weren't really panchos.
Yeah.
You got a picture of panchos and you didn't show them to me. I feel betrayed.
I told you Juan sent me a picture of nachos that had fajita on it.
What was it? The meat?
No.
Yes, I told
when?
you. I told you they were like $10 when he sent them to me.
I don't remember that.
And we even talked about Parasol.
It was last Sunday.
You asked me, hey, is he still going? I'm like, yeah, he got nachos.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you all like sushi?
I do. Juan doesn't. Juan won't even try it. But do they have good rice?
Hey, do you think fish are aliens?
Oh, dude.
Huh?
Have you like thought about octopuses? Like octopus, they're so crazy. Like
They're crazy smart.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Some people say, or jokingly, right? Some people say octopus are aliens because, did you know like if you put an octopus in a jar, it'll actually like twist the cap off from inside, and then it can fit like I think it's a quarter.
Something like that. It's crazy the place it can fit because it has no bones.
Yeah, because it has no bones, so it could pretty much fit through like the circumference of a quarter, kind of thing. And it's crazy. Like I was kind of looking at the video of that, all the little facts about the octopus, and I believe in aliens now because the octopus is just crazy.
I'm a believer.
Yeah, and it has like a beak at the bottom.
Yeah,
and it's so crazy, man. Like octopuses are so
just looking at them, they don't look like
they don't look like natural. It's crazy, dude.
Well, we were watching that documentary on Netflix. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
About octopus?
It won an Oscar.
Octopuses?
Yeah, it's called My Teacher the Octopus.
For real?
My coworkers recommended it to
I gotta check that out. Because octopuses are so interesting.
He's a filmmaker,
right.
And he started just recording himself diving in the ocean.
Oh wow!
And
in South Africa.
And he found an octopus, and the octopus kind of became his friend. Like first, the octopus was shy, and then it started like showing up every day when he would go diving and recording.
Wow.
And he kind of creates like a bond with this octopus.
Mm-hmm.
And
seriously, like I have no friends, but I would have an octopus friend.
I think I would too.
I wouldn't touch it, but I'd be his friend.
But it's so weird. It has 8
tentacles?
8 arms, 8 tentacles.
Right.
If you cut one off, that can grow it back.
Yeah. They have like suction cups.
Yeah. With little hooks in it.
Right.
They're suction cups.
Yeah.
They have
There's
a
a
beak.
lot of stuff. Yeah.
They're invertebrates.
Don't they like change colors too? Like
yeah, they can change.
if they sense
right.
danger.
They can camouflage.
That's crazy. They're super smart.
Yeah. I think there's this. Well, we were watching a show called Resident Alien.
Mm-hmm.
The one I told you about.
Yeah, Juan didn't like that.
One of the episodes, they go to it's on YouTube. We didn't watch the episode.
Yeah.
But a clip that they have on YouTube, well, the one I found to watch the episode, they went to an alien convention.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it's funny because they have the guy from Ancient Aliens that everyone made a meme of.
Oh, yeah.
He's speaking there, and he's like, they go to the different alien races, and he's like, oh, yeah, one of those guys owes me money. And this, and so they make jokes. But then there's another clip that I saw after that where they go eat at a restaurant or something, and they have, like, you know how they used to have, you remember when they had lobsters at Walmart?
Yes.
They used to have a big lobster tank at Walmart.
You're showing your age.
What?
You're showing your age.
No, but they used to, remember that?
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day.
Yeah, where gas was 99 cents.
For real, dude.
Did you know Cokes are not 99 cents anymore? Like,
what do you mean?
at Valdez, we would go to get like the RC was 99 cents.
Oh, yeah, no.
And now they're like,
so
not that, dude. Like,
they're like $2 now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. It's crazy, dude.
We go when we buy the Dr. Pepper Zero, the 2 liters. They're like almost $2.
Oh wow, that's not even a number. That's crazy.
That's not even.
That's not even. That's not even like a. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No, because I remember I sent one time to my list to get an RC, right, and it was all in pennies.
Oh my.
And it was like 107 pennies, and then like of all days, like we were playing basketball, and he saw our basketball coach there, and Juan was there counting pennies. Coach Parks.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, of all days, with pennies. It's because we're like coke addicts, dude.
Remember when we went to Walmart and we paid with like pennies in the little machine?
Oh, and we gave up?
We gave up. It only got like 38 pennies and then it like stopped accepting them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like
the
it was
machine
like pay with real money.
Yeah,
they're like, just take it.
The Walmart machine was like, go to the coin store for that.
That's
we tried, but it was how much were we trying to use in coins?
Like 50 cents.
Oh wow.
It wasn't a lot, but it was a lot of pennies and like nickels.
Yeah.
And it was you have to like feed them and then it counts them and it takes forever.
No, yeah.
And I was just like, can we just stop? And then it stopped taking them.
Wow, that's
like
crazy.
I guess maybe it has a limit or maybe just
you jinxed it.
Yeah, something like that.
It was kind of. I felt nervous though, because it was people started forming a line.
Oh wow.
Like instead
Oh
of just
yeah,
going to
that happens, man. Because like when the pressure's on, you're like, oh, what number am I at? Like,
I know. I hated it because
Yeah.
there was other lanes or other lines
right.
open,
But they were like behind.
and
you
they were
still.
there. Yeah, because people
Right.
started getting there.
And they just stare at you like this
Yeah.
concept of money being in coins
Yeah.
is just so
Like,
foreign
what is
to them.
this? Yeah, exactly. Like,
According to one of our friends, there's millions of dollars in pennies out in the world, and
Yeah.
that's why we're in a recession.
Yeah.
Now we sound crazy.
Why? That was Jesse thinks
That's
that.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, makes sense.
I didn't say what we sounded crazy for. Just said now we sound crazy.
So what do you want to eat though? Because I'm getting hungry now.
Alien food. Let's go eat octopus and sushi.
Oh, that's so
No,
gross.
no, thank you.
Jesse made me try it one time, and I was like, it tastes like rubbery, very rubbery.
I think you have to go to the right person.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
For-
because like certain places.
well, if they can fry you fry anything is good. But
Well, I know
like
they
that.
marinate it and they
Mhm.
also like they tenderize it.
Oh wow,
Yeah, so it's not so rubbery.
wow.
But I think the one Jesse made you try was like a little whole baby octopus. So you were eating the head and everything.
Oh come on, dude. Oh, that's gross.
Not hungry anymore.
Yeah, I was like,
What?
dude. Yeah, it was like it tastes like rubber, like a balloon. Like
was
if
it
you're
at
eating
the,
a
was
balloon.
it at the old Chinese buffet?
It was a buffet. Yeah, it was
they,
a buffet.
they give baby octopuses, so they're
Oh.
tiny, but it's the whole thing.
Oh,
it's
wow.
the head and
That's
the.
gross. Let's just. This is it.
This is-
Check, please. We're done.
That's it.
We're done. I believe in aliens. Okay, let's go.
All right, so
Believe
we're
in
waiting.
aliens.
'Cause of
Like,
octopuses.
I'll tell you I believe in aliens. It's just feed me now.
Yeah, just feed me. I believe in whatever.
I believe in
Octopuses.
science.
I believe in science. I hate all the orphans in the world.
Huh?
I believe in think don't make me sing now. Like I got embarrassed.
Why?
Go for it.
Luis was doing karaoke on the machine. the other
Well,
day.
yeah, Luis.
Did you hear
This
me?
is Luis's
No, I didn't show her.
Oh, okay.
I didn't show her.
Yeah.
I
Not
didn't.
yet.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
you'll
didn't-
feel
I
better
don't
about
know.
yourself.
We've had a crazy week.
Oh, sure.
It's been crazy, like busy, and then
Mhm.
rainstorms and.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a crazy storm.
It was flooded like crazy yesterday
Mhm.
at my work.
Yeah.
Like
Was
the
it?
water was almost going in.
Yeah. We were supposed to meet up with one of Juan's friends, and then in Mission, and it was like flooded.
Yeah.
Like the park was flooded.
Goodbye.